It's your boy Zerk, Therapeutic Perspective. You already know what it is. Episode easy. Snowball Effect. You already know, let's get it. After you perfected your triangle, you got a clean slate. Now it's time to work. You can't get stuck on what you see right now. Every little thing that you do, it means something. More opportunities to build. More opportunities to add to your resume. The more you put in, the more you get. So if you sit around not doing nothing, you're gonna continue to get nothing. But every day you sacrifice that time, sacrifice. And next thing you know, you're closer. Every step matters. And over time, you'll start to realize like, man, it's a little easier, just a little easier. Every day is just a little easier to do what I need to do. I could just jump right into it. Once you do something you love to do, the tediousy is not there. This is your passion. This is what you like to do every day. This is what you want to get paid for. So this is not no job. This is just what you got to do. You got to always be looking forward. Always look forward. You only look to the side. And you look at where you at. You don't look back until you starting over, that is. But we ain't starting over at this point. We on a mission. We going. We in a direction. Now that you got your schedule lined up, you can beef it up a little more. Put 3 or 4 things a day. Next thing you know, you're gonna forget about the tedious every day. It's just gonna be fun. And you better gonna have time to look back, so then when you do stop it and look and see where you at, that is lights a fire up under you. You know what I'm saying? You light your own fire. You be your own coach. That's what we here for. Self-esteem can stop you from seeing that snowball effect. Stop you from seeing what can cause a snowball effect. Some things take days to see, some things take months. Some things you ain't gonna see until you get to that next level. And then you'll start to look back and understand everything that you didn't understand. Everything happens for a reason. Every beat you make, every lyric that you write down, every melody come across your mind, you can't delete stuff. You gotta keep everything, the essence of understanding your thought process, understanding the snowball effect. I wrote this verse over here 2 weeks ago. Now I'm thinking about it. The small, simple things can get the snowball effect going, such as organization. That just helps me out every time. Every time I get organized, it just breath of fresh air. That's what you need. Once you sacrifice your time and start filling it with dedication, filling it with your work, filling it with your goals, and those start to get done, you'll realize I need to prioritize better. Every day, put out a piece of material, something. Save something. That way you can look and you can see. Even if it takes 5-10 minutes on open up that studio, make like a quick hi-hat roll or something. Do something every day. Every day you're looking to upgrade your image. You're looking online. You're doing all this is snowball effect. Window shopping. Sometimes it's good to window shop in this situation because it's letting you know like this is what I want to do. This is what I want to go hard for. Sacrifice that time. Rewards. Even the stuff that ain't going your way is still causing a positive snowball effect for you. And once you keep moving, you got so much rolling, you don't even know it's rolling over there, but it's rolling. And it takes somebody to point that out to you. You gotta understand these roadblocks. It's gonna slow it down a little bit, but it ain't gonna stop. It's gonna detour it a little bit, but it's gonna keep rolling. Don't get discouraged. Never get discouraged. That's what they want. Don't give them what they want. When we thinking about a snowball, what makes a snowball? What consists? We got the ice, the cold weather. We need that cold. So when we switching that to obstacles and stuff in our path, it gotta get cold. It gotta get rough. That way it get rolling. So we can understand how to adapt to the situation. Every competition gets the ball rolling. It gets it clicking in your mind to understand the urgency that needs to be done. It needs that urgency. Let's get it. Let's go. Okay, I see what you're doing. I love that. I love it. Keep it going because you keeping me going. You pushing me. You let me see what I need to do. Even if you ain't doing as much as I'm doing, your drive and your passion let me know like, hey, I can't let him. That's how you got to think. You can't hate. You got to turn that into motivation. And guess what? Snowball effect. It gets bigger and bigger. Next thing you know, You ready for any competition? You ready for anything? Anybody need to send you a beat, anything, you send it. Let's get it. Anytime you work with somebody and you dive into their work, dive into their mindset, and they working on their craft, it's automatically gonna get your ball rolling, because you automatically put yourself in that situation and you say, damn, what would I do in that? How would I set it up? How would I organize it? That's a good question. Every time you watch a movie, every time you watch a TV show, you get inspiration. Gets the ball rolling. You don't even understand what's happening in your mind. Just getting the ball rolling, a small ball rolling in your mind, and then that can become something huge if you understand how to put the conditions and to harden it and to turn it into something, and to push it. And then guess what? And the conditions around it is going to make it bigger. If it ain't cold enough, this shit gonna melt. It ain't gonna work. We gotta get our mind right. The biggest mission of the day is to keep the faith, keep the pressure on, because you never know what's gonna roll. You never know. You never know what it's gonna roll into. You never know what that one single thing or that one message or that one like or that one, you never know what it's gonna do. You never know what that one beat gonna do. You never know what that one picture gonna do. Understand, it's your mind, and you're an artist. Everything you do is art. And you might not be able to tap into what you can use it for at that time, but you need to learn a couple more things, and then guess what? Oh, snap. Now I know how to do this. I can reach back and grab this. Keep everything, and then once you understand, you need to be an open book. Jot, jot, jot. Record, record, record. Create, modify, enhance. Once you keep doing those things, your mind will adapt to doing those things, and then you'll be able to do it at a higher magnitude. And once the magnitude is raised to a good enough, the ball will be big enough from the start in a roll. And that bitch will just catch everything in the way. Do what you love what you do. And nothing will be work. And guess what? Snowball effect. Every day you get in there, you make them beats. Every day you go in there, you go in and write them songs. You work on getting in that studio, because that one studio session, you never know what that can snowball into. You rapping, you bumping shoulders with people. Guess what? That leads to, oh shit, but I like that song you just did. Let's do some more shit. You gotta put yourself in that algorithm. You gotta put yourself in motion. One key thing that's gonna really put it in motion, merchandise. You gotta have that merchandise. Let's get it. There's plenty of examples of snowballs in your life. Just like if you're making beats, you started with that thought. You started with listening, and then guess what? That passion started to rise, and then you was like, okay, then you got the ball rolling, and you actually got the courage to say, this is what I want. And then next thing you know, you got the money to actually buy this, and then you make that jump, get that ball rolling, and you hit that click, and then you got the program. Now guess what? The ball's rolling. You don't understand what you done got yourself into, but guess what? You done started something. It's gonna become bigger and bigger the more you apply to it. Every day you apply to it. It's always positive and negative. We've been talking about the positive. The negative is also just as bad. Let one day go by, you don't do nothing. And guess what? That gets the ball rolling. Well, the next day you don't feel like doing as much. And then the next day you don't feel like doing nothing. And then the next day you gotta try to get yourself to even get in the position to even want to do it. You can, oh, well, I don't want to tap into this meeting. Okay, then the next meeting you ain't gonna feel like tapping into it. And then guess what? Now it's this type of awkwardness and this anxiety that you created. You stop going to the gym one day. Next thing you know, I can go in there, I'll go in there. Next thing you know, it's a week. I can get back into this shit, no time. Next thing you know, a week and a half. Now you can get to a point where you can't get in there when you want to. Now you gotta get in there when you can. Now it's a whole different type of effect where you gotta start over again. And that ball done got so big, you gotta stop that ball from rolling just to start another one because it don't cause so much damage. Place yourself at the top of that mountain where you can see everything, and every direction you look, you can see a different path. That's where you start your snowball. You gotta get to that top first. Get to where you trying to go at. And sometimes you gotta lower that so you can get to that next level, because if you try to reach for Pluto, you ain't gonna get out of outer space. Reach for the stars. Reach for the sun, get the moon. Don't go too far because that's gonna start a snowball effect. Anxiety, depression, writer's block, unmotivated. It's cold out here. What you gonna do? You gonna freeze? Or you gonna make it roll, baby? It's your boy Zerk, Therapeutic Perspective. Let's get it.